So this is Lee's Ferry. This is where we get into the Colorado River and start a 9-day journey down to Pierce Ferry Landing, where we get out. Hopefully be doing some amazing astrophotography, nighttime photography. The skies are supposed to be really, really clear, and some sunrises. And I probably won't be filming a lot on the raft for obvious reasons, the rapids and whatnot, but I will be getting some video, and I'll break this up into several sections and several videos out of it. I wanted to document the whole trip because it's going to be just totally epic.
That was awesome.
So we got everything offloaded to the boats, and this is our first campsite for the night. Day one on the Grand Canyon. The rapids were a lot of fun, and that's the Colorado River, and we're doing 280 miles on it. It's in 9 days. So I will show you what our beds are going to look like. I'm doing this the Grand Canyon with my wife and some friends, and it is photography based, but it's more about the adventure of the Grand Canyon with photography as an added bonus. Obviously on the raft we're not going to be getting any incredible photographs while we're doing rapids down the river, but for anybody interested, I mean, this is like an amazing bucket list thing to do, is to raft the entire Grand Canyon. There's incredibly dark skies. The river is gorgeous. The views are amazing. We're going to be doing hikes. Again, we're going to get some great photos. But let me show you what the beds look like. So this is our sleeping quarters for tonight and pretty much every night. So we have 2 cots, and then we have dry bags over here that are stored on the boats, on the river rafts, and one of them has a sleeping bag and a sleeping pad for us to just sleep in. Then the other bag has our extra clothes and anything that we might have we wanted to bring. And that's it. So you're going to get to see how we unload the boat and how we load the boat later on throughout the trip. I'm not going to show you every single time because it'll get real tedious, but I wanted to just give you as much of the experience as I possibly can throughout the thing, and show you some amazing photography as just icing on top of the cake. Day 2. Slept under the stars. It was really, really cool. Big Dipper right above me. No bugs or anything at night. Just nice little sleeping bag. It was kind of light and not too hot. It was perfect. Little bats flying around, eating all the whatever gnats or whatever were flying, but you could see the bats. Got up early to some hot coffee, and we're breaking down camp. And we've got some rapids this morning that'll be fun, and a couple of stops on the way, and hopefully start grabbing some good photos. So let's get the day started.
Sedimentary rock. Specifically, it's a carbonate rock, and I know that because I brought the offering for good, hunting of these animals that they were following. We've done some really interesting work with these dye studies to where the water. Yeah. We call that the Bridge of Sighs. Right back down and see the river, but we're gonna go around this big rock in the middle. There'd be a ring.
So we've reached our second night, our second campground, and it's this huge beach. that's just right in the middle of the canyon, and it's just sheer walls. It's pretty, it's awesome. And just got the cots set up already, and we're gonna go on a hike, maybe grab some photos. I have no idea where the hike's gonna take us or if there's what kind of opportunities there are. So we hiked up about 1.5 miles, 2 miles to this really pretty waterfall. Obviously we're with a group, a lot of non-photographers, and so I'm going to try to get a shot. The thing is, I asked our guide about the waterfall at the end, and he said it was just a trickle coming through the rock. And it's really, really pretty, and I should have brought a tripod, but I didn't because I was thinking, you know, not knowing the terrain, and not having a proper way to carry the bag, my camera gear, plus the tripod. So I didn't bring it, I left it back at camp. So I'm gonna do my best just to handhold, get a decent shutter speed for the water, but it's really, really pretty. So here's the fall, everybody's gone. Do a quick show of it. It's in a slot canyon, which makes it really cool. So it's all kind of like, the light's all reflected, which just makes it really nice and soft and pretty. It's great for photographing waterfalls. But no tripod equals little chance of great success. And I'm gonna have to put this up to get down because it's a little sketch. Good morning, this is day 3, and last night the moon was so bright that it actually woke me up. I thought somebody had turned a spotlight on in the canyon, or you know, an alien spaceship had landed and just projected a beam of light down the canyon. So I just grabbed my camera out of the ammo can, and I didn't go anywhere. I wasn't really looking for a composition because it was the middle of the night. And so I just basically just set my tripod up next to my cot and just took a photograph. And if you've never done any moonscape, I guess would be, or moonlight photography, it's in a dark sky. It's really a spectacular look because it looks like daylight, but the sky is this weird blue, this unnatural looking blue that you're not used to seeing, and then there's all the pinpoints of the stars. I think the look is really cool, and so I wanted to just share that photograph with you right now. Day 3 on the river, early morning, and pretty flat. We'll probably hit some rapids this afternoon, but the big rapids I think happen tomorrow. So that's going to be a pretty fun day tomorrow. We're going to hit the Little Colorado, hopefully do some real photography there, but that's a little ways down the river. So this is the view that I have. So we're at the place where the Little Colorado intersects with the Colorado River. And I've never seen a river like this. It's like something out of a science fiction movie with the teals and the white minerals and deposits on the rocks. It's, like I say, it's really surreal. Let me show you. it's super bright out, like full sun, not a single cloud in the sky. So to slow the water down, I'm having to use my circular polarizer, which is not doing a whole lot, but it's giving me a little bit. And then I've got like a 3-stop on top of that. And then I'm gonna be dialed up to probably F18, F22, and ISO 50 in order to slow that shutter speed down as much as I can to get the look of the water that I want. Finding a composition is just picking bits and pieces. I got a 24-105, it's as long of a lens as I have, and I'm gonna just pick out pieces. And remember, you can always crop in, but you can never add pixels back. So if you're really not sure, it's best to give yourself just a little bit of breathing room on the sides of your frame so it's not too tight so that you can crop later. So I'm probably really precariously positioned on a rock that's a good 25 feet over the river, and that's getting up higher allows you to shoot down onto the rapids so that the rocks don't merge together. The first thought might be to shoot from down there so you can see the water coming towards you, but then you don't get the separation between the rocks. Everything starts to just merge together in the background. So by getting up a little bit higher, it allows you to pick a composition and see more of the width of the rapids, and those boulders aren't going to merge together. So here are my photos from Little Colorado River. We're at our third camping spot, third night. A lot of you may be wondering, 9 days on the Grand Canyon River, camping in the wilderness every night, where do you go to the bathroom? Well, for number one, any liquid goes right into the river. And so we'll make a stop and they'll send, at a beach, and they'll send the guys one way and the ladies the other way. Ladies can go into the river, it's pretty cold. It's actually very cold. Or they go around a corner or whatever. So, you know, everybody respects that privacy. So they send guys one way, or guys and women the other way. And then at camp, it's kind of the same thing. Liquids go in the river. But everything else, well, it involves a few things. It involves this little rubber duck and this white box with a lid on it. So this is called the room with a view. And the idea is this little duck is situated about 20 yards back on the trail. And if it's sitting there, you pick it up and you walk down to the room with a view. And you take the lid off and you get to see the river and the canyon walls, or whatever the view. It changes every night. So you spend your time at the room with a view and enjoy the view. Then when you're done, you take your little rubber ducky and you walk back on the trail, and there's a little spot with a blue ammo can on it, a blue ammo can, and you set the little ducky there, and that lets everybody know that it's available. The room with a view is vacant. There's also one other option I'll show you. For those wanting a little bit more privacy, they set this up every night. So here's your tent. It has the same little box inside. And as long as the flap is open, you know there's nobody inside. And it's got everything you need. It's got hand sanitizer in the box and all of the things you need to do your thing. And you just close it and clip it, do your thing, come out, leave it open. And they're very, very serious about sanitization and not wanting anybody to get sick. So they have hand washing stations set up throughout camp, by the bathroom, by the kitchen. Everybody lines up to wash their hands before they have dinner. They wash their hands after the bathroom. They wash their hands, we wash our hands a lot. And I think that's a good idea regardless of the current state of the pandemic. But here is the little hand wash station. So it's pump operated. Your foot hits that black pump right here at the bottom. And so down here is a clean reservoir of water. And there's some soap. And you pump the foot. Well, you pump your foot on there and rinse your hands right there. So on night 4, we've set up camp. And it's going to be some astrophotography.